Kwanza napiga maraundi, alafu nafika concert bound. Kitu naleta ni nini? Yani ndani ya all concepts, what we doing, molding possibilities. Kama kawaida daily bringing realities. Heaven ni nini nasema, kwani kama ni funny staki utani. Pita na mimi sema bas, siyo samahani. Hey man, kitu nafanya naleta kwa fani. Kama ni vipi sema nami mafans. Na hope na feel tangu zamani, kweli ni kweli. Yeah baba! Kwanza napiga maraundi, alafu nafika concert bound. Kitu naleta ni nini? Yani ndani ya all concepts, what we doing, molding possibilities. Kama kawaida daily bringing realities. Heaven ni nini nasema, kwani kama ni funny staki utani. Pita na mimi sema bas, siyo samahani. Hey man, kitu nafanya naleta kwa fani. Kama ni vipi sema nami mafans. Na hope na feel tangu zamani, kweli ni kweli. Yeah baba! Kwanza napiga maraundi, alafu nafika
best. Ameniambia na Mark Mutiani. Hello good people. Thank you very much for joining and tuning and clicking on this video. Yet again, we do not take it for granted. This is Alan Habit. You might be wondering, why is this Friday a little bit different? Manze, leo tunaifanya a little bit different. Bada best. Ameniambia na Mark Mutiani mahali. Sijui ni mtihani wa maisha ama ni mtihani gani, but usijali. Leo niko hapa kukupatia a bit of updates of what is going on. Vile unacheki hivi, we are not in our usual spot. Yeah, we are not in our usual spot, and unaona bado ni mchana kidogo, so we are recording this a little bit earlier than the time that we oftenly do the show. So where am I right now? Mahali niko saa hii, it's a new venture that we are sort of undertaking as all concepts, and this where I am standing right now. Ndio mali tutakuwa tunakuletea content moto. Yeah, we are rebranding to a certain amount of saying and wiggling around and saying what we can be able to do to bring you more exciting content, and in places that can even elevate you and entertain you even a little bit more. Yeah. We're going to be going and giving you a 360 of this entire room. This is one of the sets that we have where we're going to be bringing you content. So this is what I'm going to be basically giving you a tour of this particular place, and also I'm going to be giving you a gist of what has been happening around in the country. Yeah, that is in terms of entertainment. Manze, kuna wase wenye wanabuy iPhone alafu wanagongwa. Yeah, iPhone inasema ni ya 2022 lakini mwaka wake ni 2019. Mnajua ni akina nani hao? Unajua mimi sipendi kutaja, bada best ndio napenda kutaja sana, but tutakuwa tunabongea hiyo story. Kuna video fulani nyingine ilisurface kwenye mtandao, Crazy Kena akionyesha wase vile akitry ku visualize vile show yake ya December, if I'm not wrong, December 16th vile itakuwa, and wase on the internet wakasema hey, kitu na massive. But before I give you my perspective on that, pia nitakuwa na kupatia my perspective on show Abel Mkurugenzi ambaye alifanya inaitwa Juice Party. Manze, kama wase hawakung'ara na wewe kama haukung'ara na kama haukukuwa huko, basi ulikosea sana. Among other stories zenye tunaenda kuwa tunazungumzia, there is a video that I stumbled upon nikiscroll. Unajua siku hizi tunapenda tu kuscroll kwenye TikTok. Alafu hii video ilikuwa na wase wawili. Actually it was a stitch, yeah? Kama uko pale TikTok, you know, if your content creator stitches, very impressive way of creating content. So this South African dude stitched a lady who was saying that, hey manze, machali siku hizi mambo za kupiga story, mara tujuane, mara uko na miaka ngapi, mara what are your childhood traumas, kuna vile zinabo. Alafu huyu chali akakuja akasema manze, zinabo kwa sababu pia nyie mko hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. In the show pia tutakuwa tunakuchezea hiyo clip na kueleza vile kunaenda, alafu pia nitakuwa nakupatia my perspective about all of these stories. And do not forget, the channel is growing. There is something that I was watching on the internet, and it was sort of simulating the numbers that they were sort of simulating numbers wase kama wako kwa room. Yeah, wase mia, if you imagine them wakiwa wameka kwa room, au ni wase mob. So but sisi tukiangalia kwa YouTube channel zetu ama wale wasi wanatufollow kwenye mtandao wanasema wasemia ni wachache sana, but if you actually look at 100 people seated in a room, that's quite a lot. I think we are at about 156 subscribers right now. We've been doing this for the past 6 months. We do not take all our subscribers for granted, na tunawashukuru, but we need to grow these numbers, because the more we grow, the more we can bring in more entertaining guests and more entertaining conversations. For instance, pale kama you watch Dreams in Motion, tuta invite mse atuulize mko na numbers ngapi kwenye YouTube channel yetu. Kama tuko wanchwani peke yake use inakuwa tricky kidogo, but do this, yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel, ndo kieza weka comment, weka like, because once you do all of this, then that means that our algorithm grows, alafu inasukuma our content as to many people as possible. You might question the quality. Yes, we know quality is a little bit still down, because we are also learning and we are still figuring ourselves out. So we are giving you this promise, and that is why we are in such a space, and we are continuing to renovate and innovate and elevate ourselves onto the next level, kwa sababu ndio tuweze kukuletea nini, kuletea content moto moto. Na nakumbuka ile line yangu ikikubamba share na ule msee ambaye ona cheat naye. So we're going to switch to the next set, alafu muone vile vile nakaa. This is a gray and sort of a brown accent, yeah. If you can even tell me in the in the comment section, not content section, in the comment section, what do you think we could be able to put here, yeah, and ni show gani tunaweza kuwa tunafanyia hapa. Na pia kama wewe ni content creator, this is very important, yeah. Kama wewe pia ni content creator and you're struggling to find spaces to make your content, you can also hit us out, because we want to hit this bird. We want to hit two birds with one stone. We want to use this space to create our own content, but pia kama wewe ni content creator na wase wanakusumbua mahali pa kushutia, you can hit us up at All Concepts. Tutaweza kufanya nini? Tutaweza kupatia a space ambayo yenye unaweza fanya nini? Unaweza record your content. You only need unafatu kuja tu, alafu kila kitu ingine itakuwa on us. Let us switch to the next set, alafu pia tunaenda kuchezea clips mbili ya mkurugenzi during the juice party, alafu na Crazy Kena. Tukirudi naenda kuwa nakupatia my perspective. Don't go away.
For the culture, mimi culture na catch nishatwa masingo, unataka project yangu ni art, yeah chilla the prophet, nasema no ki happen, the better the concept, the brighter the lights, the bigger the show, na kushow kitu new, na ntanidu ni trust just once, jua tuka neza idu, take chance, na miku deliver ni mass, undercover na siezi relax, zoezi piga na diet match, mwezi mzima maveji manyama, rodi kwa sana, washasema weni performer, asante ka already.
Manza sijui kama umecheki hizo dance moves za Abel mkurugenzi. Manze, that show was very very lit. By the way, nikiangalia hizi clips kwenye mtandao, for a minute I thought, kwani hii show ilikuwa majuu ama ni nini? Kwa sababu hizo dance moves zilikuwa noma sana. Alafu mali mimi alinimaliza ni pale mali alisema alipiga ile ngoma ya niko and I was like, man, this guy is going all out kwa ile game ama kwa ile kazi ambayo anafanya. But that was very amazing. And you might be wondering, yes, there's been a change of set, yeah. nakwambia leo tunaringa, leo tunaonyesha what we are all about, because at All Concepts tunasemaga we mold possibilities. So kuanzia next week, kuanzia next week, this is where we'll be producing all our content. Kuanzia Monday, where we bring you debatable nikiwa na mzee mzito Boni, Bonified ama Boni Mirikwa. Every other Wednesday mali naletaga stories za entrepreneurs, mambo ya entrepreneurship pale Dreams in Motion. If you are an entrepreneur and you are watching this and you would like to share your story, guess what? You can hit us out in the comment section. Unaweza tupatafuta kwenye mtandao. You can also find me on my social media platforms at The Allen Hubbard. Unaweza hit out to us. Alafu tutaweza fanya nini? Tutaweza link up na wewe, na pia every other Friday tutakuwa tunakuletea hapa Boundless just in this set, na itakuwa inabamba zaidi. So going back to that story ya Abel Mutua, that was a very nice performance, and that was very nicely thought out, yeah. And what I like about Mkurugenzi and what he does, there is a way that he has managed to keep all these guys around him, akina field director, akina Eddie Butita, ambaye wanaweza kufanya nini, wanaweza make sure that the content comes nicely together. And also wasa wengi wamesema sijui mambo lambistics, sijui mambo kuwa na umama nini, but as you know as well, if you are a man, the only thing that you might want is a woman that supports you all out. Be Mkurugenzi pia pale alifanya kazi yake, alafu akaweza kusupport Mandem, and you know unaona vale vile alikuwa na kasasi kwa kale ilikuwa ni purple, nikosoe kama I've gotten the color wrong, but it was all nice. And pia mtu mwingine nimesahau, Njugush pia alikuwa pale out to support, and that was very amazing. And I would like to segue into another person, Crazy Kena. Pia ameanza advertisement mapema. The show is on December 16th. Alianza advertisement, I think it was around September. That's when he first posted his video talking about the show that is coming in December. And I'm looking at a Charlie Chaplin style of show. Ama Rowan Atkinson, ama Mr. Bean type of show, na itakuwa mambo mbaya. All right, mambo mbaya. Now a little bit about the studio, So pale muliona, we have the grey wall, and we have these brown flutes accents. That is one side of the studio. But when you look at this side, still we have this grey wall that is sort of playing out, and also tukona these flutes za grey vile zinacheza hapo, zinaweza kufanya nini. So if tuseme you decide to hire the space, we've left out the space intentionally so that we can put up any art that is associated with your type of content. So kama we ni msee, kama we ni biz, na kama we ni content creator, but you've been struggling to find a place where you can create your content, maze, just hit us out, and we'll be able to link you up with the studio. Tukona equipment, tukona kila kitu, be it a podcast, be it a brand, just name it. Tutaweza kufanya nini? Tutaweza support, na pia tutaweza fanya nini? Tutaweza peleka your content onto the next level. I don't know if the director can pan a little bit when you look at on this other side pia. We are sort of playing with this light gray and also this dark gray, because it is very elegant. It is very elegant, na inaweza kufanya nini? Inaweza make your content to pop out. We like gray at All Concepts. Dark colors make you look elegant. If you also can see the branding sort of on our YouTube channel, we are also sort of going with the same here in our studio. We're still building this out. Ukiona pia pale there are some chuma hapa tunajaribu modify tumeza hapa zenye zinaweza panda zishuke, so we are doing it our own way. Probably hatuwezi afford for the meantime we cannot afford those suspendable tables zenye unafaa kufinya tu button alafu inapanda na shuka, but bado itakuwa mambo biad. I want to segue into the next piece of content yenye tuko nayo leo, na sijui niende pande gani. That TikTok video ambayo, even before I talk about the TikTok video, I want to talk about the story ya Iregi girls. I think it is very important for our learning institutions to make them more safer for our children. Personally, I do not have children, I can imagine the kind of pain that parents were going through when they were called by the school to tell them that you know what, your child is suffering from this and this and this disease. And the most disheartening thing is even that the school could not handpick or put a finger on exactly what was ailing the students. So I think the Ministry of Education and also the entire education system in Kenya just needs to be checked, and also to make sure that children, when they go to school, they are protected, because manze wale wazazi wenye wanaweza afford homeschooling, I know sio wengi, but wale wenye wanaweza afford, they will decide not to take their kids to schools. And once they do not take their kids to school, you know wagwan, teachers will probably end up without employment, na pia ekonomi yetu vile mnaijua itaendelea kufanya nini, itaendelea kuyumba. So parents, I hope, actually the news that broke today is that the kids were able to be discharged from hospital. The sickness was sort of hysteria. They don't know what caused it. So it's very alarming. And if you're a parent, make sure that whenever you're taking your child to school, make sure that you cross-check entirely the kind of school that your child is going to, so that you are able to hold the school accountable for anything that might happen to your child. Because remember, there is that story of a child, a sort of a freshman famous shop that sells iPhones in Kenya, and manze watu wamekuwa complain vile wanauziwa masimu zenye haziko, yani wanauziwa iPhone yenye haiko, yeah. You can just imagine the irony. Wametoa karibu 1,100, because the video that we're going to be playing is a person who was talking about or who was sort of lining out his ordeal. I don't know, iPhone 13, lakini manze haikuwa yenyewe, yeah.
There's a girl sorting out some issues here. Here's a Starlight iPhone 13, yeah? Plugged it in, but it's reading that it's product red, meaning that this phone was bought brand new, product red, refurbished and packaged into a Starlight, boxed and sold, because this was an unboxed brand new phone sold by iPhone Street. What a mess. If you have any sense, just avoid these guys or go waste your money there. Don't say they warn you. So iPhone Street are in my DMs currently, working a letter Jew saying asking for receipts of the phone yada. Bro, here is us 21st July asking why the battery has dropped to 96%, yet it was at 100%, right? Which iPhone was it? 13. Let's follow up. Nothing. Okay. 25th July. These guys will only respond when you ask for a sales question, but when you ask for support to why your device you bought is not working vizuri, nothing. Yeah. Still waiting. 23rd August, 2 months ago, nothing. No responses. And they've just sent a text that they just sent right now about product shred, thinking we're idiots, that we don't have the internet. Come on, what's wrong with these guys, man? Yeah? See, this is them. See, this is them. This is them not responding to DMs. This is them not responding to DMs. How can we send you a request for support on 21st July? And you only come to reply on when is today? 30th September. Come on, get real, man. I think we are fools. This here is not a red phone, okay? We've plugged it in and software is reading this as a red phone. This is legitimate software, man. Yeah? Here's the verification report. Yeah? Look, product red. This is not a red phone. Okay. Number 2. Secondly, this battery has been charged 645 times. You guy, the owner of this phone charges her phone once a day. Since 2 months from now, once a day, that's like 60 days. Even if you went to 100 days, there's no way that is going to equate to 645 times. There's no way. And furthermore, yeah, this is the iPhone in question, yeah, that iPhone. And you can clearly see this phone was purchased in December 2021. It's fucking 2023. This phone was sold brand new out of the box in June. So just like 2-3 months ago. But if you check it on Apple's site, if you verify the serial number of this iPhone 13, which it is, 2021, you guys, coverage expired. Yeah? And they're out thinking we're fools. Come on.
That you can check if an iPhone is indeed legit or it isn't legit, but you know, sometimes excitement zinafanya nini, excitement zinatu override, alafu we throw judgment out of the window. But if you are any smart and you are going to spend about 100,000 upwards on a phone, definitely you are supposed to do your due diligence. And the most interesting thing, a musician, former musician, now turned politician, Jagu alitoka akasema hiyo busy na kani yake. That information is not yet verifiable, but this is what I've been reading on the internet. So I don't know kama watu wote wenye wana complain wataweza haregeshewa pesa yao, na pia imeonekana customer service yao wase sio fiti sana, kwa sababu msee akiuliziana information ya sort of after sales support, they do not get information. But nikikuja kama nataka kubuy simu nyingine ama nataka kununua cover, that's when that shop is able to respond. Manzesi tuko wasewa kufanya bizfiti, yeah, bizfiti ndio tutaweza kufanya nini, ndio tutaweza kujenga nchi yetu, ndio tuweze kufanya nini, kusonga mbele, yani hiyo design. Now away from that, nataka tutembe kidogo as I'm going to be showing you the next part of the studio. Yeah, so this is going to sort of if you can follow me, this is sort of going to be an editing space and an office space. Yeah, mali wase wenye watakuwa wanafanya kazi za social media and all of that, mali watakuwa wanakaa, and somewhere here in the corner tutakuwa, if I can switch on the lights here so that you can get a bit of light. Yeah, this is how it looks like. Yeah, we have chosen to use a bit of soft white here so that the light sort of plays out properly. Na yeah, this will be the sitting area. Na pale tutakuwa tumeweka sort of a wall unit where we'll be able to keep our gear. Na hapa kachai lazima tea is very important. Now when you follow me this side, this is sort of where another studio will be at, and also sort of a flexible office for myself. Yeah, this is where we'll be doing some extra content, because how we are looking at it, we know that we'll be able to get more clients who will be coming on board and are using our space and needing our services. So if in case somebody is recording in Studio A, then we can also, and we have somebody else who would want to record, then this studio will also be available for them to make sure that they get to record their content. Yeah, we're going to be padding this and putting in a bit of soundproofing. If you can listen, it's a little bit echoey. Yeah, this is the second, I would say third or fourth studio that we have in this particular block. Now this is where I would also want to now to talk about that video from that South African man. Let's do this. Yeah, let's listen to that video. When we come back, I'm gonna be telling you my thoughts about it, and you'll also be able to share your thoughts in the comment section. Be back after this.
Are so inconsistent. They're so soft. They want to be chased.
It is a wild expectation as a woman to expect a man to present his value to you on the first date without him expecting anything in return from you as a woman. Here's the reason why you're always going to suffer and struggle when it comes to formulating relationships, because you simply don't understand that there's a difference between the things that men bring to the table and women bring to the table. See, the value that I provide as a man is immediate, because provision and protection are things that can be done right now, whereas the things that women bring to the table tend to be very much intangible. You can't put your finger on it, but they are there. And because this is mostly emotional stability, mental serenity, peace and all of those things and respect that men say that they want from you, right? The only other thing of immediate value that women can bring to the table for men is the vagina. But because you don't want to do that, hence you say that you don't want to meet up with a guy on a first date at his place. That is you protecting your value. But you expect a man to work 31 days, 30 days a month for his hard-earned money and spend it on a random stranger just because he feels mildly attracted to this woman. It's like we are punishing men for liking women. Because I like you, I must buy you flowers on the first date. I must pick you up on the first date. I must dress nice on the first date. So much money that we are spending just so that we can get your attention. Yet you aren't willing to do anything to actually meet us halfway. So men in 2023 understand that they need to preserve their value. And when men preserve their value, they invite you on a first date to their place. Because they know that, okay, I'm not going to spend money on this woman if she's not willing to give me pussy. Because that's the only thing that you can give of value that is immediate. Apart from that, anything else that you give of value takes a long time of period for it to actually manifest. And that's why the talking stages that you say that they've become boring and repetitive, right? That's why those things, they are boring to you, because they need to find out and investigate whether or not 6 months down the line, are you actually going to give me this value? Are you actually going to be my peace? Are you going to be my lovely, kind wife that treats me like a king? Because the things that you bring to the table take a long time to manifest. So men are tired of spending money on women randomly. Because we've been played way too many times. How many first dates have men went on and then they never manifested into a full-blown relationship? Way too many. Because on a first date, women are not even interested in the conversation with the men. They just want to eat. We've had so many stories that this girl was just there for the food. This girl did not even ask me any questions. And that's why when men are trying to have conversations to get to know you guys, you call them boring. Because they are too focused. They are trying to understand who you are as a woman. They're already thinking 6 months down the line. But because you're only thinking about tonight, you're thinking about your hungry stomach, you want him to continue spending money on you. You guys keep men lingering around in your circle so that you can get financial benefit from them. Nothing else. And men these days, they understand that. That's why they are not willing to just spend money on random girls. So they'll continue asking you guys to come to their houses on the first date. They'll continue asking you, what's your favorite color? What's your childhood trauma? Because they try to understand and see if whether or not you are going to be the woman that actually does provide anything of value to them 6 months down the line. But because you guys are so selfish, you expect men to risk everything without even knowing whether or not you are a down girl, without knowing whether or not that you actually want to be in a relationship. You expect men to risk their money. I mean, prime example, the brick lady situation. You expect random strange men to die and risk their lives to protect you as a woman, as a stranger. And it's not only that, I mean, that's the extreme part of it. But generally in life, men are expected to do everything and anything for women without expecting anything in return. And men are tired of that. That's why they'll ask you questions, talking stage, you'll get bored of it. And then because you guys are tired, because you've already went past your prime now, right? You are older. This is not your first rodeo. It's not your first dance. That's why you are tired of it. It's boring. And when men then decide to date younger women that actually are excited about men, they are very happy and everything is just, it's happiness, it's excitement. When they decide to date younger women, you call them pedophiles. It's damned if we do, damned if we don't. If we date older women because they're experienced, they're going to be bored by everything that we do. If we date younger women, here we are pedophiles, we are rapists, we are controlling, abusive, all of these things. So the dating market is always going to be very difficult for you women of today. They don't apply pressure. That's why you say all of these things. But now I'm telling you, all of those things are because men are trying to protect themselves. So if you want to have a normal relationship, you also have to meet men halfway. When men meet you halfway by going out with you in public on a date to make you feel safe and make you destroy the idea of having sex, of them thinking that they want to have sex with you, meet them halfway. Pay for half of the bill so that man does not feel like when you want to use him for his money. Simple, but are you willing to?
That guy almost made the ceiling cave in. But firstly, before I even give my point of view, what do you think of what this guy has got to say? And also the video that he stitched of the woman who said that men are very inconsistent. I might be a bit biased in this one because I am a man myself, and I am not able to talk about the other gender as we call it. But I think this gentleman is talking and espousing a lot of wisdom, where he has said that many times men have been forced to change their ways, or to change how things are known to be done by a man, that a man is supposed to provide, a man is supposed to be respectful to a woman, a man is supposed to do this and this and this and this and this and this and that. And he's saying that men have realized that they are fed up of being ATMs or wallets for women. Whenever they need a little bit of money, they can run to them. But it's very interesting, and it's an interesting time that we find ourselves in, where you find that men are less employed than women themselves. So sometimes even the men themselves do not have the money to give to the girl them. All right, the men themselves, they feel sort of inferior to compete and go for the women that they would want, because they already feel like they are lesser to that particular woman, and they know, because they already feel lesser, this woman is not going to even wink at them or even give them a listening ear. So, and those men who have the means, they are also deciding, okay, you all have developed, you all have done this. Also, we're going to go to women who probably haven't sort of elevated so much in their career, and they do not have a lot of demands. It's sort of a rock and a hard place, between a rock and a hard place, sort of a catch-22 rock and hard place sort of situation. So it is tough. But me, what I would personally think is, if goals or if posts have been shifted for the woman, why aren't goals or posts allowed to shift for the man? Okay, if it has shifted for the woman to say that it has shifted for you, that you are no longer going to be and I use these words in quotations, if it has shifted for you that you are no longer expected to be submissive and nobody is going to hold you down for being submissive, then why don't the goals shift or the posts shift for me as well as a man, that I'm not supposed to call you on a date or take you out on a date like in a fancy restaurant? Why can't I call you at home? And as the man said, that you not want to come to my place for the first date because you are preserving your dignity. And I get it. Absolutely. Even if I was a woman, I wouldn't go to a stranger's house for a first date. Definitely. I'm not going to be able to do that. So then I think then what we need to do in this day and age is we have to compromise. I think we have taken so many hard stands that if the man is not going to do this, me as the woman, I'm not going to do this. And Mandem is also saying, if a woman is not going to do this, me as Mandem, I'm not going to do this. I think we need to go back to, we need to learn to negotiate. Yeah, and in negotiation, you know, sometimes you have to give to win, and the other party also has to give to win. Everybody has to lose something. So we need to sit down and sort of relook at this entire thing and say, what am I able to give and lose so that I can get what I am able to get? Because I think these conversations, we've had them for the longest time, and we are not coming up with any other way of how we are looking at this. And also, women are continuing to grow themselves. The man is also trying to do his level best, but men these days are not running as fast as the women are running. And sorry to be the bearer of the bad news, I think there is going to come a time where women, mostly generally women across the globe, are going to feel that there are not enough men to mate with them. There are not enough men that could hold them down because they feel that they have achieved this sort of power, they have amassed this sort of power, and they have access to the money, and they have access to this. And then they ask themselves, then what is this man them going to get something for? All right? And also that other person, let them be able to give something away or accept to lose. Let me give you a scenario. If I say I am with Gialdem and she earns a bit of money than me, personally as Alan Herbert, I do not have a problem, and I wouldn't feel inferior if I was with a woman who earned more money than me, because there is one thing that I'm certain, that I am doing something to make sure that either I elevate at the same amount of money that she earns, or I can even surpass her. But in the process, or in the situation I do not surpass her, I would not still feel bad, because hey, I am not stagnant. I am not seated around and hoping that things will happen. I am in the process. I am in the process of also becoming something. So my woman who earns more money than me, they must be able to understand that, hey, Mandem is at this stage in their life and they are doing something about it. Okay, that I have already won for the woman. Then what am I expecting to give away for my woman to also feel comfortable and feel that they are in this relationship with me? Then we'll be able to sit down and say, okay, because you're going to be coming back late and I'm going to be in the house, not all of the time, there are things that when I get fast in the house, I'm going to be able to do. so that I do not have to wait on you, so that we can be able to support each other. You see that trade that I've done there? My woman is waiting for me to elevate, and I'm also supporting my woman to sort of stay at par and competitive in whatever that she's doing. So we should stop looking at this thing as a competition, and also identify. There is somebody that said on the internet that date at your class. Yeah, date at your class. If you earn 50,000, you don't have any business looking for a woman who earns 100,000. And this should also be true for the women, but sometimes it's not true. If you are a woman, you cannot earn 50,000. I don't know what you're looking for in a man who earns 1 million Kenyan shillings. Even when you sit down to have conversations with this man, definitely things are going to be a little bit awkward for you, not unless you're going to be doing sort of a transaction. Okay, that is my take on that. But still, tell us what you think. Tell me what you think basically on that particular video, and put that in the comment section, and we'll be able to engage with your comments. Do not forget this, yeah, do not forget, like our content, share it, and also do what? Subscribe. Do you know what this does? This helps the algorithm extend our content to as many people as possible, so that we get discovered. And as I mentioned, this is our new space where we're going to be doing this content from. We're going to be bringing you exciting shows, yeah, exciting shows, so that we entertain you and we educate you at the same time. And remember, if you are a content creator and you have been struggling to find a place to do your content, just reach out to us, and we're able to strike up a deal and make sure that you also continue creating. Remember, our concepts, we are all about molding possibilities, and we thank all of those who have been with us. We started in April, around May, April, thereabout. That's when we started the channel. I think we are at around 11,000 views right now. Not a big number, but we are grateful for the journey. And by the time we are getting and knowing and understanding that at least we are confident of what we are doing, manze mutapenda. Yeah, let me also again take you a quick tour through the entire studio, and we'll call it a day. So this is our studio number 2. When we go like this, we have another sort of editing suite here, where people are going to be seated over there. We're going to be suspending a wardrobe where we're going to be putting all our equipment, and around here we're going to be putting our coffee. We do not want you to be hungry when you come to our studio, and this is sort of the main studio, and that is one studio over there, and this here is another studio over here. And there is something here. This initially was a bathroom. If you could go ahead of me, this initially was a bathroom, but if you can see how we are planning that out, this all things that we are still building up. But what we are planning to do here, you see those talking shots where you only sit, or where we could do like product reviews. This is where we'll be doing that. And also if this could also be a podcasting area. If you have a one-man podcast, this is where we are looking at setting you up. And if you do voiceovers, and you would want to do your voiceovers, this is a place that will be able to do that as well. And it will also be a mini sort of editing room for our editors, where they will be chilling out and making sure that that content keeps coming out. Thank you very much for watching. That's been all for today. Boundless, you see. Also, this space tells you that we are boundless. We are not bound by anything, Maze. We do not have any limitations. Let's see you from next week.